Hey, and welcome back to Going for Two, episode 3. I'm Ian Nickel, Parker Terrell. Parker, what's up, man?
Hey, it's going well. We had a great weekend of football. Partially great for you, and we'll talk
We
about
did.
that. But I am swell. As you
Uh,
can see here, I'm in Cancun, um, which is where the Eagles are.
yeah,
So,
it's nice to see they gave you a ticket with them.
yep, I appreciated that. They
Yeah,
let me come along.
yeah.
So, yeah, AJ,
You-
I'm coming. I got to do this podcast. I'll be back.
wait, get him on here. Get him on here. Get him on.
Come on. Oh no.
But so I don't know where to start. I did see a rumor that Matt Nagy is interviewing for the Eagles OC job.
That was fake. Thank goodness.
That was fake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be a
That
bad
was from a
move.
troll account. Thank goodness.
Okay. Okay, good.
Um,
I was going to say, like, there's no way.
I don't know what to think. No. Let's talk about the Broncos.
You want to start with that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations to the Broncos. First of all, luchador mask.
You want to, should I start with it on or should I just wait till I might
You're
wait
the
till the
Broncos
end.
guy. You're the Broncos guy. That's
I
the
am,
headline story for this podcast, though.
yeah,
Coming out
AFC
of the
champ.
weekend, Broncos beat the Bills
I'll wait.
in an
I'll wait.
epic overtime win
Mhm.
that quickly was soured, I would say, by the news that on like the second to last play of overtime, Bo Nix broke his ankle and is having season-ending surgery. So you experience the joy of victory and then the agony of injury to your leader and star quarterback. So, thoughts, reactions. If you weren't following along on Going for Two Pod Instagram live, Ian was giving updates throughout the game, and we'll maybe be doing that again for the AFC Championship game. Stay tuned. But Ian, thoughts?
We'll see on the updates for the AFC championship game, right now. It's looking hectic, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But
May not have to go into work. Weather's going to be terrible here.
actually, I have to go in on Friday, so I actually have to go in on my day off.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's just a 2-day weekend for me. I gotta do laundry. Um, but it was a great game. It was a really good game. Uh, Josh Allen, I want to talk about Josh Allen a little bit. I feel like he may, and we could discuss the Bills as well. It was, it was Josh Allen's fault, but he also got them to that point. So you're kind of just like, well, I'm here at the dance with the person that brought me here, and you know what? The person that brought me here puked on himself. Um,
Yeah, not his best game.
Not his best game, and you could debate the catch interception thing, whatever.
We should, I
Um,
think. I mean, we should at least talk about that, but
I
go ahead.
thought it was an interception, but also because I was working, I was not like paying too much attention. But I had it on, and from what I saw, I thought it was an interception.
I think in real time, it looked like an interception. When you slow it down on replay, like a lot of things, you kind of start to say, okay, well, now wait a second. But it's just one of those things. It sucks that it was so late in the game. And but I definitely think just like everything else in every sport, one play does not lose you or win you a game. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, Josh Allen had 5 turnovers, and that was his fifth. So if you wanted to count that one as debatable, well, he had four before that. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
you're never going to you are not going to win playoff games in the NFL committing 5 turnovers. You're just
well,
not.
yeah, absolutely. Well, the second quarter, when he gives up that fumble, I I was thinking like that is such an uncharacteristic play from him because I don't remember him being like that sloppy with the ball. That was really sloppy, and the Broncos took advantage of it, got the field goal, but he also willed them back. So,
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of
yeah,
old Josh Allen, like in
yeah,
his early years, which just sucks. You know, you see him crying in the press conference
yeah.
afterward. It's tough. You know, every year the Bills lose in heartbreaking fashion, and I'll segue that into it. It led to them firing their coach. Sean McDermott, shortly the next day, was fired as the Bills head coach. A move that I think was a little controversial, I would say. I think I'm a little bit more in that camp than you are. But my question is just who are you going to get that's better? But do I understand that yes, a loss is a loss, whether it's heartbreaking or not? But the same guy that the Bills keep losing to, Patrick Mahomes, everybody lost to, except for the Eagles once. But most people lost to them. So you're going to get mad at the team that keeps losing to the guy that everybody loses. It's just, I don't know. I didn't really necessarily agree with the firing. If that's what Josh Allen wanted, maybe, especially if they hire Brian Daboll. I think that's a
Mhm.
mistake.
Yeah, I thought it was McDermott's time to go, but also I think it probably should have been Brandon Beane's time to go. I was a little surprised they promoted him.
Did you see what happened this morning?
A little bit. Catch me up.
They were talking about um Keon Coleman,
Hmm.
receiver. It was the owner, actually. It was the owner that was doing a press conference today. And so the headline is the Buffalo Bills coaching staff pushed the organization to draft struggling wide receiver Keon Coleman, according to team owner Terry Pegula, who defended team executive Brandon Beane and attempted to explain Beane's role in selecting Coleman during a news conference held Wednesday. Um, so basically, he just threw the coaching staff under the bus and was just like, they wanted this guy, not Brandon Beane.
I did see a
And
video come out that
Keon Coleman is on the team
Mhm.
still. They're literally saying, like, well, those dumb coaches, they wanted
Mhm.
him, not the GM that we just promoted. Tough for Keon Coleman
And
as
it's
he sits
tough.
in Cancun this morning. Tough.
He has had a rough season,
Yes.
and this was supposed to be a year that he was supposed to break out. I don't know what you do with him. I think if you're him, like, hey, I if you guys don't want me here, then I don't really want to be here. But also, I keep on forgetting to talk about the Broncos here.
Let's finish out the Bills
Yeah,
talk. McDermott, you believe he
yeah.
should have gone.
I think it
I
was his
think that
time. I think he
I,
reached his ceiling.
I do too. You made a point to me off air that you thought that they had a guy lined up. Doesn't look like they did. I mean, they still haven't hired somebody. Maybe they're going through their due diligence. The top two head coaching prospects are off the board:
Hmm.
Stefanski and Mike McDaniel. So, like I said, if they go with Brian Daboll, I think that that's a mistake. He did not impress me in New York. I understand he was dealing with a tough situation, but I don't know how that makes them better as a team unless you just are going for a new voice in the locker room. And I've seen all the people that point to, um, you know, talk about the Ravens, the old Ravens getting a new coach and winning the Super Bowl, the Buccaneers firing Tony Dungy and then getting Gruden, that kind of stuff. Like I've seen the examples, but maybe that can happen. Anytime you have Josh Allen, you have a chance.
Well,
Ravens
so
may not have been the right
yeah,
example. It definitely Tony Dungy and John Gruden. I'm trying to think of
yeah.
the other one.
This is the guy
Oh,
before
oh, oh,
Billick.
oh! It's the Broncos. With
Oh,
Kubiak.
yeah, Fox and Kubiak.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fox made a Super Bowl still, but Um, yeah, well, the other thing is that those were coaches. Well, I think Kubiak was on the staff, but Gruden was an established coach already with the Raiders. Um,
Was in the Super Bowl the year before, right?
no, that was the Tuck rule. I think that was at like he got
Oh,
fired
right,
after the Tuck rule,
right. So they made
or
the
not fired, but traded
AFC Championship game.
divisional.
I swore he made with Rich Gannon. He made the an AFC Championship game. Maybe not.
No, it was the year before because they got beat up by the Ravens.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, I know
When
where you're
Rich
going with
Gannon won
that.
MVP.
Yeah, I forget what year that was, but yeah. Um, if they're gonna hire a guy, if you're, I don't think it'll be Tomlin, but it would be like that sort of move where I know Tomlin's like leader of men 9-8, whatever. But what I'm saying is like based off of like a resume or whatever, or it'd be kind of similar to where Gruden was at. It'd be similar to where Kubiak was at, where they were coaching and they weren't fired and they still had success. Dayball was in a place where he didn't have a lot of success. He had one good year, and honestly, I think he could have figured it out. But
I failed to mention another hot board candidate, which was John Harbaugh, who replaced
he's
Dable with the
yeah,
Giants.
he's going with the Giants. Yeah, I like that move. I think that's one of those moves. It's like okay, it gets you, it puts you on a different pedestal. Because I'm high on Jackson Dart and I'm high on Scadaboo, and Malik Neighbors coming back. They look good and they have the fourth overall pick. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, and I think Harbaugh will benefit from a fresh start there. Some weird stuff was going on. But yeah, we'll see who the Bills hire. As of this taping of the podcast, we do not know who they will hire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just another heartbreaker for Buffalo in a franchise full of them. But yes, fine. Let's talk about the Broncos. A great game,
Yeah.
uh, and just at the end, just a heartbreak that Bo Nix is going to be out for the season. But as somebody who watched their team win a Super Bowl with a backup, do not lose hope. You have to win 2 games. That's it. 8 quarters of football
So
separate you from the Lombardi.
I'm
And
gonna
the Patriots are beatable.
yeah. So I'll tell you this. I think Nick Foles came in or Carson Wentz got injured. That was like week 11. So he had time to get into form for the playoffs. Stidham doesn't really have that amount of time, and that worries me. But I want to say this: that defense is so good. That Bronco defense, Nick Bonito is an absolute dog. I think that was my favorite play was the strip sack he had. That play was awesome. Um, and look, that was a great 10 minutes in between. We just got the victory, and before we found out that Bo Nix got hurt, that somebody sent that to me. It was Mark Lowe, and I thought he made AI. I thought it was AI. And then I had to look and I found another source that said he was out for the season. I was like, what? What do you mean? Look, he can't Stidham Stidham can't be as bad as CJ Stroud was last week. If he if he does that, then obviously they're screwed. But they're beatable. They are beatable, and we could talk about that in the preview. But it was the weirdest. It was an amazing victory, but then it just deflated right away. Where you're just like, oh, oh,
And he
is
played so well in the game, too.
he played phenomenal? He looked like a superstar quarterback. I Well, also the good news, J.K. Dobbins might come back. even if he's in a limited role, that's huge
Yeah.
because the running game was not that strong against Buffalo. I'm hoping it could be stronger against New England. You get him back. I think you get Pat Bryant maybe coming back. Just you're just missing Bo Nix.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. So
So Carson Wentz got injured in week 14.
yeah.
And so Nick Foles had 2 games before the playoffs. They sat him in the third in a meaningless
Oh, in the
last
week
game.
17, week
Yeah.
6, 17. Yeah, week 17. Okay. Well, that's more than what Jared Stidham has. I don't think he's thrown a pass all at all in the regular season.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But it a team
But I
with a
will.
really good defense. I'm just saying Patriots are beatable. I know they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Or no,
Denver's at home.
it's in Denver.
Denver's hosting.
You're at home. You can win a home playoff game with Jared
Mm-hmm.
Stidham, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. That's a fun season. Either way, if you lose with the backup, that's still a good season. So much to
Yeah.
build off of. I do think the Broncos, despite what I said before the season started, I do think they are a little ahead of schedule than even I thought. I thought
Yeah.
they would be one of the last teams in, and they ended up being the 1 seed. Um,
Hey, I
so
did
there's a lot to
too.
build on.
I did too, man. What
Not admitting defeat. Just
Not,
saying.
yeah, no, not admitting defeat. What surprised me is because I feel like that's an injury where you are going to be like, you're going to play through it. But I think it's a good sign that they're willing to say, Stidham's our guy the rest of the way, and we feel confident in that. I feel like that's a decent sign. And that gives me a little bit of, okay, if they're willing to, let Knicks get the surgery and everything like that, then great. Then I if they trust them, then I trust them.
Yeah. Yeah, it stinks, but you know, there's still 21 other starters out there. And like I said, Patriots are beatable. Patriots, um, in pretty dominating fashion, did win um, on Sunday. I I'm still not sold on them even after that. They're going on the road.
They're undefeated on the road, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's true. I still think that their schedule was weak,
Yeah.
and um, who knows? They're a tough team. Vrabel is has instilled his toughness into them. They don't have a lot of holes, but they're I wouldn't say they're very dynamic, you know.
Yeah.
And they'll be a tough out for sure. But the key is making Drake May uh, work for it, which the Broncos have the most sacks ever in an NFL season. So get after the quarterback, and anybody's going to struggle against that type of pass rush. Drake May, even though he's had maybe a borderline MVP season, he's still young. He still doesn't have a lot of playoff experience. He's on the road in one of the toughest places to play. I'm sure it's going to be bitter cold in Denver. So
Gonna look that up real quick.
anything can happen. On the other side, we've got Seattle and the Rams part 3. This will be a great game. I can't
Can
wait to
we
see it.
I would love to talk a little bit more about Houston. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
talk about Houston and the Bears, really, because I mean the Bears game was unbelievable.
it was
That was
heartbreaking.
a that was a
That
phenomenal game.
play, I really hope. I'm trying to think of other plays like this in the postseason. I mean, one that comes automatically to mind is the 28-3 Super Bowl, that insane catch that Julio Jones made.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just of plays that were amazing that were from the losing team. Josh Allen and the Bills. in the game where they scored with what was it, 7 seconds left, and then Kansas City
13.
was able to kick 13 seconds, and they were able to kick a field goal and go to overtime.
Yeah.
Um, that play that Allen made, the play that Caleb Williams made to tie that game and go to overtime, should go down as one of the most insane all time plays in the history of football. I mean, that is one in a million.
That is maybe I mean,
They should have went for two, in my
I
opinion.
was going to ask about that. When you get him with that and you're Ben Johnson, going for fourth down a bunch, why wouldn't you go for two there? You have their heart at that point. Um, but you also had the ball and you could have won it, but Caleb Williams throws an interception. You know who caught that? Cam Curl from Muskogee, Oklahoma. So we got to
Sweet.
know you guy. And
Shout
you know
out.
he went to college, Arkansas. Thank you, Levi.
Shout out, Levi. Shout out, Hogs.
Miss you, Levi. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for Rams Seahawks 3. It's gonna be a heavyweight fight. It's the just the amazing. It's gonna be peak football. I feel like.
Seahawks look dominant so far, but they did just lose Zach Charbonnet for the rest of the season
Yeah.
to a torn ACL.
Now they
But
still have K9. They still have K9.
yeah, in the Rams, you escape the Bears, you escape Soldier Field
Mm-hmm.
with the win. The, what was it, 1-9 in cold weather games, 1-8?
Yeah, 1-8.
They finally get one. Matt
It's
Stafford
big
finally
time.
wins one in the cold.
I mean,
And now
that
you go
is
and
big time.
play a team you've played twice already, split in the regular season. Yeah, I mean, I would, as much as I wish that I could support your Broncos, I do think that the winner of this game will probably win the Super Bowl.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna dog you for that. Um,
With Knicks,
with
maybe I
Knicks,
would have said
maybe.
Broncos. Yeah,
Yeah. I obviously you're in none of the playoffs. Everybody's really good. Um,
except
I
for the Eagles.
wonder. Do what?
Except for the Eagles. They stunk.
Oh, sorry. Well, I meant like to this point, the final four teams.
Yeah,
Like
you're right.
if you
I
made it,
know
you're
what you
good.
meant. I know what
Yeah.
you meant.
Yeah. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Hold on.
Everybody's good.
Yeah, everyone's good. I even though he kind of exercised those demons in the Thursday night game, do you wonder if the Rams stuff will come back to haunt CJ Stroud or Sam Darnold? I'm sorry. My mind just did a
Maybe, maybe. I do think, like you said, he did exercise some demons there. You never know. Again, in these situations, I like to go with the quarterback and the coach that has more playoff experience. That is always my tiebreaker with teams that are evenly matched. That goes to the Rams, obviously, in this situation. They're going to be on the road, but
that place
you
is
never know
loud.
what you're going to get from Sam Darnold, I think. Maybe if they win this game, maybe then we can finally be like, okay, maybe we should just say Sam Darnold is good. But there's still that little bit in the back of your head that's like, it's still
Yeah,
Sam Darnold,
yeah.
you know?
Honestly, I'm ready to say I think he's good.
He
There's
is
no
good.
way that
No,
he's
he is
not.
good. But
Um,
can he win the big one? We'll see.
I feel like him just
They
getting
beat
to
up on
this
a
one,
decimated Niners team.
he did. I like getting to this one where he's been. I feel like is just good on you, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Baker Mayfield, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even more successful, I would say, than Baker Mayfield even.
Yeah.
A guy
Just
that
as
was
far as
cast
playoff
out, a
success,
guy that was
yeah.
drafted by a bad franchise,
Mm-hmm.
cast aside, bounced around, and found his way to a good franchise and has made the most of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Man, this game is going to be so much fun. Cannot wait to watch it. That is probably my favorite out of the two. Just because when you think of Broncos Patriots, your mind goes to Manning and Brady, but they're not there. It's Jared Stidham versus Drake May.
Yeah, that which
But
is not something that if you would have said Broncos Patriots in the beginning of the season, people would have thought you were nuts.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Seahawks Rams is like okay, okay,
Like Rams, yeah. Seahawks are like, okay, you're getting bold.
yeah, but Broncos over. You're telling me Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Bills,
Mm-hmm.
none of them made
Yeah,
it.
none of them are
That's
getting in.
crazy.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Two of them missed the playoffs. Like that's wild.
Hmm.
Um, but man, I can't believe the Broncos are in this spot. I can't believe I'm relying on Jared Stidham. But you know what? Hoorah, buddy. Let's go. And I guess before we get into I guess we'll dive into it more. Let's talk about Indiana and
Yeah,
Miami. You okay, so you watched this game more than I did. I was not able to watch it,
yeah. I watched
but I
every snap of the game.
every snap. Okay. What I did see was Kirk Herbstreit have an all-time announcer jinx, if I'm not mistaken. He goes, man, Carson Beck has had 43 starts. He knows where he's throwing the ball. Next play, interception. Like you can't. I was like, what are you doing, Kirk? Like, what is that?
Yeah, that was tough. That was
I
tough.
and that part felt like, oh, that's Carson Beck.
Mm.
Now I want to bring this up too. Back in the days of IPL, I don't know how much I talked about it. The Cavender twins were like the worst thing in sports for me. Carson Beck broke up with whoever twin and he thrived all his way to a national championship game. That should tell you something.
True.
That's all. That's
Can't
all.
argue with that.
And I'll let you talk about it because you watched it. You watched this game all the way through.
It was a lot closer than I thought, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And we will talk about that with the failure of my picks from last week in the field goal segment.
Oh, you
But
think you failed? Just wait.
but both teams left it all out there. I think that Miami certainly gave Indiana their toughest game, maybe of the whole season, aside from Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. But Mendoza did not have a great game, honestly. But he had an all-time play. That run to score a touchdown will go down in history as one of the great runs. And if you don't think that that guy is going to lay it all out on the line for his team, they're going to show that clip in high schools for years of like, this is what it means. This is what it takes to win a title. I mean, he got obliterated at the end of that play and he knew it, but it didn't matter. And that was 4th and 5. They decided to run a quarterback draw up. That's so gutsy from Signetti.
It is
Perfection.
perfection.
Indiana, and we can talk about this in our social media exclusive extra point. Check that out. About
Yes.
where does Indiana rank in the history of all-time teams, national championship winners? But at the very least, this feels like a turning point in college football in the NIL era. All of the griping and complaining that you and I have done about the state of college football, I feel like goes out the window when something like this happens, where a team of misfits that nobody wanted bands together and is the first 16-0 team since like the 1910s.
Since like 1890 Yale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since modern football.
Hmm.
They're the first 16-0 team. It shows that anybody can do it with the right guys, with the right talent evaluators, which is encouraging for teams like we're a fan of, Oklahoma State. And I understand now that Indiana has this influx of cash from Mark Cuban, but that wasn't there before, from what I understand.
He
And
bandwagoned onto it.
and
Sensational.
so it gives hope in what a lot of times I feel like I get frustrated, just like that, oh, college football, which is the sport that I love the most of any sport, has turned into this wild west of money changing hands, coaches leaving and trying to take players with them when their team is still in the playoffs. Um, it's just ugly, some of the stuff that happens now in college football. But this Indiana team honestly restored my hope in football a little bit because it's like, okay, they can do it, quote unquote, the right way and win a title, which is a little bit of crazy considering that last year's national title winner was a team that just spent a ton of money and won. But it's not all about the money, is what I'm trying to say. And I think this Indiana team will go down in history as a turning point. And maybe not. Maybe next year it's a team that spent a bunch of money. And the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, it just may be a turning point for an Indiana dynasty. Because look who they just picked. Like they picked up a lot of pieces in the portal that make you go, "Oh no!" Like they're gonna be around for a while.
Yeah.
And I think they should give you hope for any college football team. Cause and it may be and it may hurt a lot of people because there's gonna be a lot of teams they're gonna think that they could be the next Indiana, and that gamble's not gonna pay off.
I think it all boils down to Signetti. I mean,
Hmm.
he's a guy that people made fun of when he said in his press conference, "Look, Google me, I just win." And all he does is win. And did they find absolute diamond in the rough in Mendoza? Yes. But they were more than just Mendoza. I mean, that defense was like so talented and played so well as a unit. Their secondary was nobody could throw the ball against them.
His receivers are studs. You can just go back to the Penn State
They
game.
couldn't defend the back shoulder pass to the number 80 white kid. They couldn't defend it. Like every
Becker, is his
critical
name Charlie
third,
Becker?
I think so. Every critical third down was a back shoulder throw to that kid, and they couldn't defend it. They couldn't. And Mendoza is going to throw that on a rope every single time.
Dadgum.
And like I said, Miami gave it their best effort. Their two defensive ends that are going to be first round draft picks played out of their gourd in that game, harassing Mendoza the whole time, doing their best. But at the end of the day, it came down to just a few plays, like a lot of times it does. Missed field goal at the end of the half for Miami that proved critical, and Indiana comes out on top. I think, I mean, yes. I think, though, in today's college football landscape, it's incredibly hard to have any type of dynasty because of how much turnover there is. And, it's if you keep your coaching staff intact, that certainly helps. But these seasons are long, man. 16 games to the end. That's a long football season.
Well, not only that, it stretches out so far. And the committee or the powers that be that run college football, have to do something about that. It's too long of a season. It's got to end the first week of January. And can it, for the love of everything holy, be on a Saturday or Friday night?
It is, and this was pointed out by many people online. It had way less juice being after the playoffs in the NFL. It
Yeah,
just felt like a little bit of an afterthought because of how far it is into January. And I don't have an answer. I don't. Other than starting the season earlier, I don't really have an answer. But
they
and we could
real
kind of talk about some of that kind of stuff in the off season. But all in all, I do think that it was a great college football season. What started in Ireland with Kansas State and Iowa State um, ended in Miami. Oh, do we want to talk about the story with my dad?
go for it. I'll let you. You have the floor. Go for it.
So
You talk about that.
in the broadcast, I believe multiple times. I think it was multiple times. Maybe it was just one time. The broadcast showed a picture of a young lady whose name is Abella Danger. And if you don't know who that is, she's an adult film star. And she was not wearing any Miami gear at all. Apparently, she cheers for Miami or she goes to school there or something. I don't know. I don't know this young lady's work. I don't know her work. I just know who she is because I'm online. And so
Right.
they very clearly show her. And my dad, who I'm
I
watching the game with, says, "Who is that?" And so at this point, I'm thinking to myself, how do I answer this? Do I tell the truth? Do I tell a lie? And I decided to tell the truth. And I said, Dad, that's a porn star. Crickets. And he said, he was just kind of looking at me. And I was like, that's who she is. And he was like, okay. And that was the end of the conversation. I said, I just know that because I'm online. And he was like, okay. And that was the end. But man, it you could cut the tension with a knife as I decided what to say to my dad, who was inquiring about an adult film star. Uh, yeah,
oh, I wonder how many interactions like that happened on Monday night.
I'm sure quite a few.
Yeah, just the how do you know who that is and the why do you know who that is, and you have to explain. Yeah, she's in the adult film industry. Why do you know that? Well, I don't watch it. I've been told things,
Yeah.
and
So,
you're digging yourself into a hole.
you're instantly, it's just kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
I
you
hope
know
he believes
they're
me.
like
I'm sure he
right.
does believe me, but for a moment there, it's kind of like dead silence in between us,
Yeah.
just the sound of the ball game, and I'm like,
Big third down
all
coming.
right, we move on. I could have easily
Uh,
said I don't know who that is. I could have easily said it, but that would have been a lie. And so I said, Dad, that's Abella Danger. She's a porn star. There we go. And there's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos.
we had to take a break. I needed a minute after the story. It was a great story, Parker. Well done.
Just me and dad bonding time.
Me and dad. That is so good. And well, where do you want to go now? Because
Let's
I'm
go.
stuck.
Let's go to we've got here on our rundown, we've got college basketball,
Yes.
conference
Okay.
championship preview,
Yep. I kind of
and
want
then
to talk
we
some
have
college basketball.
our field goal segment.
Okay.
Yeah, tough loss for Oklahoma State to TCU the
Mm-hmm.
night before we're recording this. Um, I'm
Heartbreaker
not
for
gonna.
sure.
I did not officially label that as a must win, but it was a borderline must win.
It was a
We
can't
lost,
lose.
and so yeah, we're only favored in three more games going forward after this. So it's going to be a tough stretch to make the tournament, but I believe in Lutz's dogs to continue to get better. There's still a lot of room for improvement for this team, and but like I said, it is going to be tough to make the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's the Big 12 is always it's a woodshed. It's a like you're cooked either way. It's they got to get an upset somewhere in between in that schedule in that meat grinder. You got to find a way to get a win, and you host Iowa State at home on Sunday or Saturday. You have Utah after the week off. You get Utah, then BYU, followed by Arizona, Arizona State. You get a rematch at TCU that I think you could win. Kansas at home, I feel like that's always like one of those weird ones where they can somehow pull it out. Colorado, West Virginia, Cincinnati, UCF, Houston. They're 14-5 right now. If they can, what I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at their conference record. And they're 2-4. If they can get to 19 wins, I don't know what that puts them at conference wise, but I think it puts them at 7 wins, so 7-10. I think you
Hmm.
take that. You take that. I
They
think.
also have a solid win over Texas A&M in the non-con. Texas
Mm-hmm.
A&M is 15-4 currently.
That's huge. That's huge.
Um,
Um,
and a solid win against South Florida in the non-con.
yeah, South Florida's pretty solid. I know they beat Tulsa. Uh, they're 11
Yeah,
and 7 right now.
yeah. So, so they had a good non-con schedule, um, and they had some solid wins in that department, which is critical because the Big 12 is such a meat grinder. And but yeah, like you said, they're gonna have to upset at least one person, and they can do it.
Yeah. Okay. I think you got Gilbert, Iba, that arena's back. Like fans
It's
are in.
it's it's rocking for sure.
It's rocking. You can steal one. And honestly, you play 500 ball the rest of the way, you're getting into the tournament.
I agree with that. I agree, and that would be awesome if they made the tournament in year two.
It would
Uh,
be. It would be amazing. Uh,
any other college basketball thoughts?
Miami of
Arizona's really
Ohio.
good.
It They are really good. They're the best team in the country. I want to talk about
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio though.
Okay.
They're undefeated still. I think they're ranked 25th in the AP poll right now. A sneaky 20-0. And their last two games have been in overtime. The MAC is a sneaky good conference. But they're a fun team to watch. They keep grinding out victories. It's really fun, and their schedule like they play Buffalo on February 3rd. They just went to overtime with them last Saturday, 105-102. It is a it's an extremely fun league because they got Akron, Kent State, Bowling Green, Buffalo, all kind of hanging around as well. It's a one bid league. But man, that's it's a sneaky good league. And then also St. Louis. Do you remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I'm aware. Yes.
he's with this team. He's freaking killing it.
Oh yeah, I forgot he transferred there.
Robbie Avila, 12 points, 12.8 points, 3.9 assists, 4.3 rebounds. Absolute dog in the paint.
That's a fun
He
team. Hopefully they can
yeah.
make the tournament.
The Bilkins, they're 18-1. They're ranked number 24th in the country. And on Friday night, they take on Woj's St. Bonaventure.
Yep.
I love me some Atlantic 10 ball, man.
College basketball, um, in a good
It's
spot
fun.
for sure.
Daryl Peterson's amazing. That
I told you about him.
I know. He is amazing. He might be the best player I've seen play college basketball in a really long time. Like a player that just stands out and makes you say, "Wow."
Yeah, and when they were on their tough streak earlier, like a month ago, he was
Mm-hmm.
out. He'd been out for a while. I'm not going to go as far as to say, I mean, yes, Norm Powell is on ESPN saying that he's Kobe, but I
Norman
there are
Powell,
similarities. There are similarities. Isn't that his name? The guy who used to coach for Kansas for so long and now he's on ESPN as a commentator? Norm Dixon?
Roy Williams. Wait,
No, no,
no,
no, no, no.
Norm Powell. Norman Powell plays in the NBA. Norm Dixon? No,
He
that's
he
not
he he
him.
took over um for Self when he had those heart problems.
Oh, oh, what year? Like 2021, right? Who the frick took over for him?
Norm
Hold on.
Roberts.
Norm Roberts.
Now
He's
he's on
still in
ESPN.
Kansas.
Says he retired.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did
No, he's
retire.
definitely on ESPN. He's on like their halftime show.
Oh,
Uh,
good for him.
so he is obviously very close with the Kansas program still, and he was the one on ESPN saying that he reminds him of Kobe. And he's like, I know people are going to say that I'm crazy or dog me, and he obviously is not as polished as Kobe was in some areas, but just the way that he just it plays relentless defense, is as athletic as a person can be, and has a silky smooth jumper. You see some Kobe in him. I mean, he's relentless on defense.
Oh, I
Um,
bet.
and
I
he,
love that.
wingspan, all the stuff. And man, he's gonna look good in a Thunder uniform.
I like the way you're thinking. He's
No, the NBA
spitting.
would block that. The NBA would legit block that.
And they would. They just mad. They mad.
Think the
Thunder are
Thunder are
killing
gonna
the Bucks right
Thunder are gonna
now.
make Thunder make any moves? I'm sad to see that I'm seeing some troubling rumors about our beloved Lou Dort.
Oh, I've not seen these rumors. Tell me more.
Every year they start floating this out there. Are the Thunder going to trade Lou Dort? I don't think they should.
I don't think they should either.
I do think Ujman Jang might get traded.
That makes
I don't know
sense.
what for, but I do think he might get traded, which is tough because I like Ujman Jang.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think he's solid.
Thunder still rolling.
Yeah, they're up by 22 against the Bucks. They're pounding Milwaukee.
Pause. Just kidding.
I was afraid you were
Uh,
going to say, ah.
yeah, Thunder are rolling. Um, and they're 36-8 right now. I think that, and we've talked about this on the pod before, we should probably get some firepower in the low post just to deal with Wembanyama. But as of right now, I think we're just fine.
I think they should bring back Ben Wallace and just let him push
50-year-old Ben Wallace.
let him push Victor around for like eight
What about
minutes.
Shaq?
Nah, Shaq's soft. Nah, we need it. Ben Wallace. You ever seen
I'm
that? You ever seen
I'm
the
down. I'm down
PA
with that.
announcer for Detroit do that?
I
It goes
believe I've seen
hard.
a video. He's 51 years old.
Yeah. let him bully Wembanyama.
Nicknamed Big Ben.
He was only like a 6'9" power forward.
One of the great undrafted players in the NBA history.
Virginia Union. I believe that's a D2.
All right. I say we move on to field goal.
Let's do it. Money field goal. Look,
Tell us our results from last week.
well, I went 0-3.
Yep.
Uh
Yep.
Roma Dunze was bad.
Yep.
Texans did not didn't cover. And
Yep.
then the Broncos Bills under, which was intentional, kinda. It missed, so it worked out. So you're welcome for the great game, everybody. I went 0-3. My overall record is 1-5. Parker, he's undefeated no more. He went 1-2. Rams Bears over. That was the cold. You could blame that.
When we
Patriot.
record this podcast, I did not know the extent of the weather. Not an excuse. I would never have made that pick if I would have known that it was going to be that cold and bad. But that's just how the cookie crumbles.
All right. Patriots minus 3.5. You got, and then Indiana minus 8.5. I think did they won? They won by 6, right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
No, yeah, 27-21.
That's
That
tough.
last uh that last one hurt. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay. 1-2, I'll take that.
Your overall record's 4-2. So you're beating me by a lot, buddy. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a jinx. I want to be an absolute jinx. So I'll let you start.
I am going to start off with Rams Seahawks. And I'm going to take my gut is saying Rams plus 2.5.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I'm going to go against that though
Whoa.
and take Seahawks minus 2.5. Seahawks minus 2.5, lock it in.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
I think the Seahawks are a better team than the Bears. Rams did struggle a bit in that game, albeit in the cold. I understand. I think the Seahawks are hearing the noise that people say they're not very good, even though they're the 1 seed. And I think only 3 points total separate these two teams in the regular season. Rams won by 2 the first game. Seahawks won by 1 the second game. So they're very evenly matched. I'm gonna go with the home field advantage. Seahawks by a field goal. I know it's minus 2.5. I say they win by 3. Seattle.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
There we
Cover
go.
the mask. Look, I suck at my picks. All right. You know that I want the Broncos to win. You know that I will be rooting for the Broncos in this game. And then I think the Broncos have a great shot. So that's why I'm going Patriots money line because I'm going to be an absolute jinx. And this cold streak is going to get even colder. So, Patriot money line. And I want everybody to fade me.
I see the logic here. I commend the effort, and I hope that happens.
You think I should just say bleep it and then just do the just go just screw it and go with Denver?
No, not after what you just did. You can't
Okay.
unjinx a jinx.
I can't unjinx the jinx. Okay.
So you're
So
going
guess what?
Patriots money line.
I'm going Patriots money line,
Okay.
but I want you to know that it's go Broncos all day. I'm keeping the mask on the rest of the podcast.
I am going to, for that game, take the under 42 and a half. I think with a backup quarterback, that's a safe bet. I think both teams have really good defenses. Unders have been kind to me in this exercise. So I will be going under 42 and a half for Patriots Broncos.
Okay. It's a good pick. I went with the under in that game and I lost. So I'm hoping you have better luck than I do on that front. Okay. So the last time these two teams played, they went off 37-38, right? The second time these two teams played, it was at the Rams' place. It was 19-21. So it's 40 points right there, right? And then I think it's 75 points in the second game. So just real quick, if we're going to average it out, we're going to play law of averages here. 40 plus 75 divided by 2 is 57 and a half. The over under in this game is 46 and a half. Everything in me says the defenses will be ready in this game because it's the third time they're playing. Expect trench warfare. But darn it, I love an over. I'm taking the over, and I don't care. I want points. Give me the barn burner that you guys had in um on that Thursday night game. Give me the over. Seahawks Rams over 46 and a half.
Nice.
Thank you.
I don't really have any I don't have player prop bets in front of me. Um so I don't really know what to do here. I could go with you and pick the Patriots money line and we could ride together as a reverse jinx.
Ride the reverse jinx together. Okay. Okay. I think it'd be better if you pick the Broncos. No? Because you at
Hmm.
least have a winning record.
I just don't know if I feel good about that pick.
Take the
I'll take, how
points.
about this? How about this? I'll take Broncos plus the points.
Do it. Perfect.
So I'll take Broncos plus 5.5.
5.5. Thank you.
So I've got Broncos plus 5.5, under 42 and a half for that same game for Patriots Broncos. And then I've
Mhm.
got Seahawks minus 2.5.
Love it. So here's my deal. I want to go with the anytime touchdown score, but just don't know. I feel like I'm double dipping again. Are there any kicker props? Let me take a look. Okay, you know what? Give me Big Nuts Will Lutz to get 2 field goals.
I like that pick.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be jinxing.
Too late. It's already out in the ether. No, I feel good about it. No. I feel good about it.
No,
I feel
I think I
good
got to
for you.
ride.
I feel
No,
good
because
for
I
you.
said that.
As
No, I
a
think
as a
I
Broncos plus 5.5 better, I feel good for you.
no, I think I just jinxed Will Lutz because I did the page. Oh no.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I feel like I should pick Broncos money line now. No,
Too late. Way too late now.
too late. Okay, and we're going
You're
Will Lutz.
overthinking this. Classic. We all do it. You're overthinking it. Right now, you're on a cold streak.
But does that mean he's going to miss field goals, though? That's what I'm wondering.
Into the abyss, my friend, if he starts missing field goals. Once more into the breach, dear friends. We ride at dawn, no matter what.
I might change my pick. I
I
might.
was at Broncos are 1-0 with me rooting for them. Just saying.
Okay. But you also got Bo Nix hurt.
Look, I
Not you
can't control
personally,
that.
but
I can't
yeah, okay.
control injuries. I only can control outcomes, perhaps.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And hey, okay, you know what? You want to do the Broncos hype speech now?
Yeah, let's hit it. This can be
Okay.
this is take us out.
Okay. Look, everyone, their mom is saying that the Patriots will win. And I don't blame them. It doesn't look good. The backup quarterback, Jared Stidham. Bo Nix, Commander Bo Nix is down. But you know what? I remember the other two AFC Championships games played. Dad, gummit, I can't talk. I remember the last two AFC Championship games that were played in Denver, featuring New England. Do you want to know what happened? They lost. The Patriots lost both of them. Why won't that happen again? Bo Nix ain't played in the altitude. I don't think he's played it Mile High before. He's going to get winded. He is going to face a freak in Nick Bonito. You saw what happened with Will Anderson, excuse me. He did not have a great game, but he's darn lucky C.J. Stroud had a worse game than he did. That defense will eat him alive. And Jared Stidham is capable enough. He just needs to game manage. And if Sean Payton trusts him, then I'll trust him too. Because here's the deal, folks. It's a team game. I remember when Brock Osweiler played in the divisional playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brock Osweiler over a Peyton Manning whose arm was a noodle at that point, and they still won. They said we weren't supposed to beat the Patriots. We weren't supposed to beat the Panthers in that Super Bowl, but we did. It was because of a staunch defense. Look what we have now. A staunch defense. Nick Bonito is going to get that Super Bowl MVP. Hit the promised land. The AFC Championship game, Sunday afternoon. Another fun fact, the last two games were Sunday afternoon. It's a perfect storm. Broncos are going to win this game, and that's why I picked Patriots money line. Just ignore that part. It's for the jinx. Just ignore that. But this game is at hand. This is not a walk in the park. This won't be a walk in the park for New England. This will be hell on earth. Go Broncos.
Thank you all for listening. Please be sure to go on to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you all next week.